everybody, we're here and we're a little drunk and it's time for Nerd Wars. Ooh. The way the show works now is I always have a main topic, you guys see it, and then we just hang out for a bit. Sometimes I clip them, sometimes I don't, but we just went on for an hour about some crazy stuff. If you'd missed the live feed, you'll have to be a member to go get that middle part, or maybe even this part. I don't know if I'll post this, we'll see, but I'm taping it just in case. But I had two of these. Woo! Thank you, David March, for fueling the second one through chats. All right, here's the topic that we're going to. You're midstream on our Nerd Wars. You should check it out Thursdays, and I'm also live with Jody on Tuesdays. You can check out Jody's Corner every day, and I'm over there on Wednesdays. And then Nerd Tots for Adon. Adon is with us as well. But guys, I had a news story. I thought let's see what happens here on this subject matter, which is Jason Momoa being cast as Frosty the Snowman. How are we supposed to feel about this? Because Geoff Johns is producing it, along with John Berg, who now Ray Fisher has just called out. He's he's voicing Frosty the Snowman. That's weird thing one, right? Weird thing one is the fact that he's voicing Frosty the Snowman in a live-action Frosty movie. Now, look, I have kids. It makes sense they would do some sort of Grinch version of Frosty. Why not? They only have the cartoon so far. So I got no problem with a Frosty movie. Great. We need good Christmas holiday movies. And I like the Frosty cartoon. Jason Momoa voicing him? Interesting. We could talk about that, but let's take it the level 2 weirder. It's being produced by these two guys that Ray Fisher just called out. That makes things a little spicier, don't you think? Jody, Don, do you guys think this is should he be like saying to Ray Fisher, you know what? You're sorry, I'm not making movies with these guys anymore. Is he supposed to whose back should he have at this point? Or is the guy allowed to work with whoever he wants to work with?
He should be able to work with whoever he wants to work with, as well as having his own best interests. He has a family. He has kids that he has to feed. I met him. He was really nice to me. He's a real cool, laid-back, gentle type of soul who rages out when need be, it seems like. And you got to look out for him and his family, bro. So Ray Fisher was saying a whole lot of riffraff with no drag because we're still waiting on the receipts. He said a whole lot of shit about a whole lot of people, including John Berg and Geoff Johns, but he didn't never say what happened to him. Here we are. For almost 48 hours removed from Ray Fisher saying that he was abused, and he still didn't say what was done. So Jason Momoa's got a paycheck. You got to work with Geoff Johns, and you got to work with John Berg. So cash that check, bruh. Move forward with your stuff. You can still be loyal to Ray Fisher if he wants to be. But this is what I'll say about Geoff Johns. Geoff Johns has been a company man who's did nothing but what Warner Brothers told him to do. Geoff Johns, from what I have heard, nothing negative about Geoff Johns. I haven't heard any reels with my sources, heard anything real negative with Geoff Johns. I've heard that he's a company man who's been doing what Warner Brothers told him to do, and that he's a pretty good dude. And him, Jeff, and Ben Affleck, and Patty, and Gal, and Henry they all have good relationship, good rapport with Geoff Johns. And Jason, probably, I'm not sure about him or Ezra, but Ray Fisher doesn't. It doesn't look good for Ray right now until he comes out and says what happened to him. Until then, the show moves forward, bro. Do your thing, Jason.
Yeah, look, I agree. I think you're right, and I'm still annoyed. Like, Ray, come on, what's going on? Why haven't we heard anything still? You dropped that bomb, and then you're just like, no, I'm gonna walk away. And then Joss has said nothing, and then Geoff Johns has said nothing, and then John Berg made that statement. We did it over in Jody's Corner. But he said, we did nothing. We didn't encourage anything, but I do remember that Ray wasn't comfortable saying the word booyah, which is what the the character says. It's his trademark. It was such a stupid thing that John Berg did. It had nothing to do with the case. But here, what's weird is we didn't talk about this yet, Jody, either, but talking about the Geoff Johns stuff, and then we'll get back to Jason Momoa because, I mean, look at that. I guess I'm kind of okay with that, and you look at that picture. Woo, yeah. But beyond Jason Momoa doing Frosty, which who cares, really, Geoff Johns, there was this weird thing where, like, you could tell there were people who were out to destroy Geoff Johns, and they started rumbling, he's about to get Me Too'd. He's about to get canceled. They're coming forward. People were telling me before any of the accusations even came out. And then I was like looking, like, well, is this happening? Because what's his name? Kevin, there was that big Warner Brothers exec.
Kevin Tsujihara.
Yes, thank you. That it happened to. So everyone was sort of assuming, it's about to happen to Geoff Johns next. And then like two people on Twitter came forward with some accusations that, I don't know, got a little bit of attention, but clearly didn't pick up enough that people are still talking about it. And it was one of them was just like, yeah, he flirted with me once, and another one said she was underage. but I don't know if he knew that. I need more information on these cases. It wasn't like I'm like, damn, we got to talk. It was just 2 stories that came forward and no one said anything else. But I found it really disturbing how, these Snyder fans were almost like frothing at the mouth at like, he's going down. He's going down. They were starting to like push it out there. Like, he's getting me too. He's getting me too. Just wait. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It hasn't happened. Now, look, it could still happen. And then we got to react to it. But it feels calculated, right? It feels like there's blood in the water. They are trying to do something to take these people out. So it's weird now. And so when you see something like this come out and Jason Momoa's like, yeah, I'm still working with these guys, it makes me wonder again, Ray, what is going on, right?
What's up, Ray?
What is up, Ray? Because you don't want to be Jussie Smollett in this one and sort of come out and get caught. No, it was a fine set. No one else had an issue. What are you doing? We need to know what was abusive. We need to know why, and it needs to happen because I don't know what that's about. So Momoa coming out and playing Snowman, good for him. He's allowed. I got no beef with it. He's got a nice voice. I hope it's not like a surfer voice. They could go like,
you gotta chill on the bro stuff.
Yeah,
the snowman comes out like, my man.
Exactly. I don't want any of that. Sorry, let me get it down on screen. I don't want any of that. Exactly. But at the same time, I like him as a person. He's a fun guy. He's got fun energy. He could play the Frosty. That's fine. But his playing Frosty in that movie is more telling to me about the whole Ray Fisher situation, right? It's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's not. He's not like he signed up for a movie with Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon's not making anything to my knowledge. But Ray called them all out. So that's why this is a weirder story for me if there's something else going on. Don, I mean, have you paid attention to any of this, Don? Did you see the Ray Fisher drama? Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. He, like you said, he hasn't really said anything. He just called out like that there was some kind of abuse or something that went on with him during the filming, right? And that was it. He just left it out there like ambiguous.
Yep.
Correct.
And so I assume I'm like I need more details. I didn't really pay too much attention because I didn't have details. Like to me, that just sounds like clickbait in real life. He's just like, I'm gonna give you some clickbait and walk away. I'm like, that sucks. And for all I know, like that just puts out like sabotage out in the air for somebody else. Like you said, like feeding a negative vibe out there. But Momoa's like, I'll still work with the guy. I don't care. So like when I have controversy like that, I really don't pay attention to it until I hear something new that's like more factual. I try to keep my mind to, okay, this is what you said. What do you have to back it up?
And should Ray fault Jason Momoa for getting that check and doing this movie? You know what I mean?
Think
like,
so.
Bro,
no,
I don't think so either. Like, you can't look at him and be like, yo, bro, I just said they enabled my abuse, man. You gonna do this movie, bro? If Adon was beefing with DC and me and Adon are best friends, and a DC approaching me with a film role, I'm gonna be like, yo, Adon, DC said they want to. Don, as my best friend, should be like, freak him. But yeah, do it, bro. Get your paper. Yeah. So, and now you have that, and then you have the fact that he didn't give no details on what happened to him. He just looks bad. Like there's no. What is the point in waiting? Like, Andy, you're the master. You pride yourself on being sinister with the plotting, planning, having a backup for a backup. What is the end game here? What is the purpose of saying a general issue of abuse that was put onto him from certain people, name names, and then not saying what it was 2 days later, still not even responding on Twitter about any of it? Drop a bombshell and walk away and be quiet.
Dude, I don't get it. I mean, I assumed there was, when I was saying the sinister, I figured, he must have a couple plans ready, right? But it does feel like he just like, I'm just going to say this and walk away. And that's it. Wow. I'm done. And so if that's the case, I don't think that's a good look for him at all.
He's
I don't think
toast.
It doesn't look good for HBO Max. It doesn't look good for anybody, because to come out with accusations like that, you're right on the money of like, dude, those are seriously, and beyond just the Ray issue of it, like I'm getting annoyed with the Snyder fans again, because I'm just like, guys,
they're enabling it.
Yeah, but
they're defending
this attack on Geoff Johns before accusations even came out, this attempt to like, we got you, Zach. We got you. Yeah. Jeff's gone. Jeff was talking smack, so you know what? Yeah, they're gonna Me Too him. Yeah. Let's get. Look, that's gross. And if it happened, okay. But until people start sharing their stories, you can't start putting it out there and be like, yo. There's some nasty stuff that's coming. Just you wait. And then nothing comes. That looks so sleazy. And it looks so desperate and pathetic. So I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, all right, well, there must be some stuff coming. I'm not going to call out the people that were doing it, but you can go find them. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, and it's weird because it's like when the thing happened to me, when the people were canceling me, like there were people who knew because of certain circles around, friends of friends. And I remember the Comic-Con before I went down, there was some like chatter. Seemingly, like people were, and I only put this together after the fact because people were I could tell people were looking at me different, and there was people at Collider who like weren't coming to Screen Junkies, and so there was some like drama but no one was like saying it outright, but there were clearly people who knew, but no one came out publicly and said it. No one was like, "Yo, Andy's about to get." Can you imagine if someone had come out before she did and said it and trumped and because imagine they were telling the truth, right? But to come out before the victims do and be like, "Yo, Andy's about to get burned," like, it's just like, dude, that's sleazy. If he's really got victims, let them speak up. Otherwise, it's so much more calculated, and you are out to get them. Like even the people who didn't like me were sort of talking about it before. Clearly knew, like, I'm going to shut up. And I remember one particular ex-employee, ex-colleague of mine, friend, he came out, he was sort of talking smack to some of my people there, and I called him out the next day. I texted him, like, what were you talking about? Because he didn't say anything specifically, but like, oh, man, I heard some stuff about Andy. So I followed up, like, what are you talking about? And I wish I'd followed up more and not, gotten more, but dude, totally cowardly, was like, nothing, man. No, we're good. No, there's nothing wrong, dude. Don't worry. Clearly, he had heard something from that, that girl. But anyway, I went off on a tangent there. But I offer that because, why don't you tell? It's like you shouldn't tell because if it's real, you don't want to then like step on the toes of the actual victims who are going to tell their story and let
told his part in it.
Yeah, well, unless you know, and if you're secondhand, but then even then you got to sort of ask the person, am I allowed to share the story? You don't want to just put it out there and then put them on blast. I think that's happening right now. There's some like Super Smash Brothers people who are getting canceled, and someone.
But then he shouldn't have said the general statement in the first place.
Correct.
Then.
But then my point is not only the general statement, but then he sort of was cueing it all. That's my point. It all feels calculative. He was cueing the army to unleash, and then the army was like, "Oh, we got one quill in our quiver." I did that right, and I'm drunk, guys. I got one quill in our quiver, which was he's gonna get me too. We've heard things. Oh, that's sleazy. That's sleazy. Now we're like pre-canceling people to get our way. Just shows you how effed up it all is getting, and then it's like it's all not as effective as it was in the beginning, which is good and bad, mostly good. But I don't know. This reeks to me of just like there's clearly stuff going on.
Something's going on. I can't wait to get to the bottom of it, man. Because whatever happens at the end of this line of drama that Ray Fisher has started, like catastrophe, whether it be for Ray, Joss, or maybe Geoff Johns or John Berg, whatever. I think Geoff Johns is gonna be fine here, but it's still those four names are included in this. It's going to be really interesting to see what goes on, man. I really, for Ray's sake, he needs to come out with some receipts, or else it's gonna slap him in the face and bite him really bad.
Agree. Thank you both for this talk. We're going to wrap up our live show in a bit, so stay tuned if you're watching us live. But I'm clipping this, so I have something to post tomorrow. So thanks for watching. What do you guys think of Jason Momoa as Frosty? Are you down? Do you think he should be standing up for Ray, or do you think Ray needs to start dropping those receipts sooner than later and let Jason, his bud, do other things? I say let him do his things. Thank you so much for watching. We're always here live Thursdays, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. And I'm also over on Jody's channel, Jody's Corner, on Wednesdays, and he's there all week, so go subscribe to him. And subscribe to Don's channel, Nerd Tots. All of their links are in all my videos. Go to the middle. You'll see their links as my supporters. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back. Live viewers, stay tuned. And if you remember, you want to get that middle part of Nerd Wars. It was good. There was some... It got crazy. So go join today. It supports the channel, and you get exclusive content like that. Thanks for watching, everybody.